Welcome to the last recorded round of this tournament here, the Invitational tournament. This was recorded before the Parallax type ban, so that's why you will see it in one of the decks here. First off, it's time for bannings. You see on the right, Elves, Replenish, and Moneyball Black. On the left, you have Landstill as the banned one. So let's take a look at those decks first here. First off is a classic control list. It's white and blue, and it's landstill. You play standstill, and you have a bunch of man lands or other powerful lands that can give you an edge, and then you can cycle a decree, which is not playing a spell, so you do not crack the standstill, and you just counter and remove stuff that you don't like here. In this list, there is a small tutor package. So you see humility and a few other nice targets for that one. And all in all, a solid deck here. So I guess that's why it was banned. It's a deck that can beat most stuff. For the other ban, it's Elves, super fast, and it is a problem if you are playing a slower plan, because Elves can really get out of the start quite quick and end the game. I guess that's why it was banned. This is Angry Elves, so it's with anger and a mountain, so you can have haste. Classic stuff here, but we will not see this deck played. Back to the players. They are trying to figure out what deck they should play, and maybe they respect one of the opponent's decks so much that they have to choose one of their own decks to play here, and we see C and C. So first off, we will see the decks that are not chosen, and then we will look at the decks that are going to be played here in the match. But first off is Storm. I guess Vilas banned or was afraid of Dress and Cabal Therapy, so playing against Moneyball Black would not have been great. If he starts to be low on resources in hand, that's pretty much game. He cannot Storm off. So I would also be scared to play Storm into discard heavy decks. Moneyball Black was not chosen, though. Even though it was feared, it just hit the shelves here, and we will not see it. This one is with 6 Spectres in total, and also have some land destruction in there. For Villas, we will see Psychatog as the deck of choice. We did see that in another match as well. Villas is a good pilot here, and this is a strong deck, so I am certain that these games will be tight and entertaining as well. Against his Psychatog deck, he will face off Replenish, which is playing with the Parallax Tide. So Tide is not banned as of this tournament here. This was recorded in the start of January, and since then the Replenish deck has taken a hit, but I'm sure it will rise to being playable again with other stuff than just the Tide as the plan. Mainly we see some mana leaks and a Fact or Fiction as odd ones out, also 2 Stifles. Other than that, pretty standard. It has the Angels in the sideboard and Meddling Mage. Angels is something to discuss among Replenish players if that's a good plan or not. But I guess here, if it's open deck list, you kind of have to have them to show that you're able to side into those, and you can just choose not to, and keeping your opponent figuring out how many removal spells to cut or to keep in the deck. So I like that detail here. Now for game 1, I cut away all the shuffling and all of the cuts, but the games are being played legit. They do cut the decks. They do play fair Magic here. Not a lot on the line here, so just a couple of friends hanging out, and that is how Premodern should be. Turn 1 Duress, great start if you are in black and you have Duress, and you want to make sure that you can actually play your spells. this is a good way to check, and getting a Replenish is quite nice. Not getting the counter means that he probably do have some cantrips available or some AKs that he doesn't care about being countered, at least the first one. But opts and finds no land drop here for game of turn 2. We do see that Replenish will have some certainty in the land drops. Important. And it's mana leaked. I guess it's a good mana leak because you can actually keep... Modern can keep villas off of lands for a few turns, and as the control player, that's probably a good thing. You do have one answer to Psychatog, but Villas knows that, so he will not play into it. So it taps Island and fetches, and taps Plains and a Seal. Yeah. And a land. Okay, so Villas finding a land is huge. He does have several 2-mana spells. Mainly AKs could be nice here. Ancient Tomb. 4 mana. Opalescence. Okay, Opalescence. So he has a 2/2 now, so it's a clock. And against Villas, who has taken 3 damage off of his own river, that's a few less turns. I don't know why he didn't attack there. I have no clue why he didn't attack with the Seal. Villas at 16 now. Now he starts to hit. It shouldn't have Summoning Sickness last turn, so I don't know why he didn't try at least to connect. Gosh. And a handful of cards here. Discarding Island to hand size. By the way, that playmat on the right is from Vienna, so we do have 2 pre-modern players who are also old school players here, which is quite normal to see that there is a splash between the 2 formats in the player base, as several players have interest in these older locked formats. Okay, so Smother on the Seal. Kind of signals there that he has another Gush with tapping 2 islands for nothing, because he don't have any cards he would play for 2 islands or 2 blue mana in his main other than float. Gosh. Intuition here. Do you see Psychatog? No, we see AKs. That's nice. And he makes a choice for Morten because it's 3 of the same card, so 2 in the graveyard, 1 in the hand. And he's digging here. He is really digging through the deck. He needs to have protection for the Psychatog. When he plays it, he cannot just play it down and raw dog it here, because there is a sword that he know of. Okay, now we are having a discussion because he drew a sideboard card, which he shouldn't be able to here in game 1, and it's very clear that this is not supposed to be in there. We asked another player who said that he should show the card. He has the Engineer Plague in hand, put it to the sideboard and draw a card instead. And there's a warning. But we are, of of course playing casual here, so that's just it. He needs to figure out his sideboard for the sideboard games then. Okay. Place down a 3/3, which is countered. And put on top, of course. And AK. Draw 3. Ancestral Recall for 1 more mana. Still pretty good. Required a setup, but still where you want to be. An opt here. That graveyard is filling up quite quickly. A Psychatog can be a problem for Morten here. Discarding Wonder. So even though Opalescence is in play, he can just fly over now since he controls an island. And he has 3 islands, which is big because then he can still gush and still have an island in play for Wonder, for the Wonder ability. It's memory lapsed again here, the attunement. And he targets Morten. Another attunement, and I think it was a Replenish, so I would definitely shuffle here. Yeah, it's a Replenish. Yeah, shuffle is definitely a correct play here, unless he has the counter magic to prolong the game, but he needs pressure here. Okay, Gosh here, 1 blue floating. Land drop for turn, still 1 blue in the pool. Does he play Psychatog? No, he flashes a duress. Yeah, okay. So now there are 2 swords in hand, so he's probably not going to deploy that Psychatog if he has one. And then lands. Draws for Portent. People should remember that. We did have that from an earlier tournament on this profile, but on this channel here, but people should remember to draw from their Portent triggers. He gets an attunement. 2 were memory lapsed, 2 were removed from the top of the library with Portent, but he still found one. Just like MTGO shuffling. Discarding a land to hand size. And Morten starts to swing here. They're asking about, does it have its effects still? Yes, it does, so he can return it. Gets another attunement. And he prohibits the second one here. So he's at 7 life. He has 6 mana, so is that enough for him to protect his Psychatog? I'm not sure. But at least he can prolong the game here if he plays one and just offers a few cards from the graveyard for pumps in response to the sword. Swings for 3. Villas at 4. Hardcast Gosh here. Playing quickly. The game is sped up, but Villas is still playing quite fast because he knows that if they want to finish this game, they are in a hurry because this can be a while. And as you might see from the length of this video, it definitely will be for a while that we will see this game here progress in 3 games in total. So we will get a 3-gamer here. 3-game match. Goes to 1 here. Fact or fiction. End of turn, fact or fiction. Psychatog to rest lands. So what to do here? 1 Psychatog with 1 land, maybe. And Villas has he's stacked. Okay, so if he does have a Psychatog in hand, he should take the biggest pile here. If he doesn't, he should take Psychatog. Duress can take care of one Swords to Plowshares. A counter can take care of another, but he doesn't have one in hand, so he untaps. Makes a land drop. The choice of basics here is great. I like these old full art lands. We do see the Psychatog with the floating 2 blue from Gush and then the black mana. He sorts. Modern sorts. Prohibits. Discarding to hand size. A river is discarded. I'm not sure why the Pain Land is online with the creature here, but what is the play here? Okay, a Parallax. Wave. Yeah, that's game. Okay, nothing in hand of interest here from Villas, and yeah, he correctly kept some lands in case of tide, but let's go to the next one here. Now for game 2, this is what I talked about with players cutting their own decks. This is quite webcam-y-like. If you play webcam, you cannot cut your opponent's deck, of course. Then you present some piles or whatever you do. But I would highly encourage you to, if you go to an IRL event, to cut your opponent's deck if it's someone that you do not know. Because if there's something sketchy going on, you have made sure that they're just drawing lucky, and you make sure that they are not cheating. Just a tip. This is 2 friends playing, so no need to do that. There's nothing of value on the line, and they are some nice guys who wouldn't cheat. But if you are at an IRL event, please do so if you find yourself being unsure of your opponent's luck in maybe in game 1. But games are started here with fast Psychatog, seeing if there's a sword. There was, and the game continues. As I said earlier, they are quite quick here. Opalescence, Fact or Fiction, 4 mana plays going down left and right. Psychatog, Gush, Prohibit, and 2 lands. He's just afraid of Psychatog, man. Yep. That's 2 Psychatogs down. Two Psychatogs down already. But there are 2 more, and if he have the counter magic for it, he will definitely take the game. Frantic Search. Resolves. Draw 2, discard 2. Relying on replenish stuff here is dangerous. Intuition and Seal are discarded. Hardcast Gush here. And another land. Polluted Delta, that is. Opt. Fetch Psychatog. And a sword right away, and it is prohibited. And somehow in play, should not be laying there. It will, goes to the graveyard, and then Frantic Search. Draw 2, untap, discard 2. What's discarded here? Difficult choice, maybe. A camera for the hands of the players would be super great here, so we can see what decisions they are making. So he is definitely prioritizing which card do I actually need, and then he discarded a tide and an intuition. Playing with 2 lands and flipping them over. What's the plan here? Is it just... Okay, it's a tide. As I said in the intro, this is before the ban of tide, so tide was fair play, and especially in this kind of format here where you can actually take advantage of you not facing Moneyball Black, for instance. They're just discussing this is the tide, this is not the wave, so you cannot remove itself because itself is not a land. You need the other Parallax card, the white one, the tide, no, the wave, to make the combo here, to get rid of the land permanently. But it's still a big creature though. It resolves. Okay, Villas goes to untap. Has a decently sized graveyard, but not huge. Has a full grip. -1 card now, so maybe 7 cards in hand. So can he do it here? He should definitely swing to try to force a trade here, because Modern can't just block it. And if you're not aware of how huge Psychatog can be in just one swing, just think of Gosh. If you pay the alternative cost of taking 2 islands in hand with the Gosh, you end up with 4 cards in hand. That's +4/+4. If the 2 cards are, or 4 cards are removed, that's +2/+2 more. So that's 6 power from 1 Gosh. Okay, so he removes enough cards for it to trade. Flashback on the... what is it called? I will not say how it could be referred to, what it could be referred to, but you know what I mean here. Okay, the wave is deployed. Definitely a problem for Villas if he lets it resolve. He doesn't. He prohibits it with the kicker. And does he have lethal here? That is the question. Gosh, that's 6 power. And a half, because Gosh itself is also in the yard. He swings. He has 2 mana, so opt here. One more floating. Can he use that for any good? AK. Also +half/+half. Yeah, he counts it out. So he keeps Circular Logic in hand, showing it here. 9 cards. 14 power, 15, 16, 17. he is just going for it, discarding everything. 18 power, that's it. That's lethal, and only 2 creatures in hand, so nothing that Morten could have done here, unless he had the sword, of course. 1-1, and we are getting into the last match. We do have a tight game between these two decks, because Replenish has to go and find its combo to do anything, and Velas with the Psychatog deck has to actually deploy a Psychatog and keep it in play, and he needs to fill up his graveyard for him to actually be able to combo off, so to say, to get the power needed for the Psychatog to hit. The more it's in play, the more draws Morten will have towards removal for it, or just his combo, which Velas cannot beat here, if it's actually in play, that is. So a mulligan here to 6 from Morten, and a life total that should be up to 20 again instead of 18. Goes to 6, plains pass. Island, important. What a great start. If this was the game 1, I would have been sure that I was against Dreadnought if it was closed decks. But a super strong start for any deck that needs certain cards to actually function. Mana Leak on the Duress. 1 of 3 Mana Leaks gone. So he certainly have some powerful stuff in hand. Attunement. If Villas will allow it, it's deployed. Important again. So both players are setting up. One is setting up with 1 cantrip at a time, and another one is setting up with attunement. But I don't know how valuable that will be in this kind of matchup. And all, great sideboard card. Should be played a ton now that we do see the rise of certain decks, so to say. The word on the street is that Enchantress is going to be a hell of a deck when it's not checked by the Dreadnought with the Tide plan. AK Opt. Psychatog. I did not spot that glare card. Mana Leak, and the Mana Leak is prohibited. But he is finding a land, so it could be a polluted delta we see with the glare. Please let me know unless it's discovered later, because I could not spot that. Intuition. Yeah, with the waves. Wave is deployed. It resolves. And Psychatog is removed with the wave. We do have 2 stifles in the main of Morten's stack, but they might have been removed now for the sideboard games. Just passing the turn here. Flashback. Just passing the turn here. A lot of passing back and forth. But yeah, loading up a hand with attunement is nice. And then he can discard 4 cards. Yeah, he is stuck on a ton of lands, but chooses to play down a morph. So an angel is morphed down on the table here. That's dangerous. He needs to respond to this angel here. He needs to do something at least. If he's able to. Gosh here. Fetching. Swamp. And he needs to take a look at what's going on over there. No, he is just deploying a Psychatog. A sword. Okay, a dice is put on the table here. This is... they have hit the time limit, so they have 5 turns to finish off this game, if possible. So this is a reminder, this was the first turn that was counted. And because it's in turns, he is playing this bounce spell where he needs to bounce and discard. So it's just a plain removal spell in blue, or half blue, half black. That is. Okay. Does he have anything to play here? He is considering his options. Replenish. Yeah, okay. Oh, it was a crypt. So Replenish resolved, but there's nothing in the yard here. 3rd turn. Yeah, so if he deploys a creature, he can get to a swing in the 5th turn and actually win, or else it will be a draw. So if he can find a Psychatog... Oh, he does, because the wave is gone. That's huge. Gosh. This is the 5th turn, so he needs to actually go for it. 9 cards from the hand are discarded, so that's 10 power. 16. And he's at 16. And that is game that was huge. Winning in time in the 5th turn is... that is something. That is something to remember. Great match here, and that was it for this tournament.